আসসালামু আলাইকুম বিসমিল্লাহির রহমানির রহিম আমরা এই যে পার্টিসিপেটরি এনগেজিং টেকনিক্সের সেকেন্ড পর্বতে চলে যাচ্ছি। প্রথম পর্বতে ছিল যে আমরা টিচারদেরকে নিয়ে কিভাবে ব্রেনটা এনগেজ করতে হয় ওদের থেকে আইডিয়া নিলাম। আইডিয়া নেওয়ার পরে তারা কার্ডস আইডিয়া দিয়ে আইডিয়াগুলো সব গ্রুপ করা হলো। দেখা গেল সবার মাথার থেকে বিভিন্ন আইডিয়া বেরিয়েছে। এখন এই সব আইডিয়া নিয়ে ওদেরকে আমরা গ্রুপ ওয়ার্কে নামিয়ে দিচ্ছি যে এই ব্রেনটাকে এনগেজ করার জন্য ক্লাসের ভিতরে ছাত্রদের ব্রেনটা কিভাবে এনগেজ করবে ওরকম একটা লেসন ডিজাইন করা, যে ছাত্রদের আমরা কিভাবে তাদের ব্রেন এনগেজ করে কাজ করাতে পারি। তো চলেন আমরা চলে যাই টিচারদের কাছে, ওদের প্রেজেন্টেশনগুলি দেখি। ক্যান উই থিঙ্ক অফ আ model of how to engage the brain? Does this speak of a model? Look at it. You can just look at the pink cards. Can this be a model? Okay. If this can be a model, talk to each other and try and draw out a model, steps of, let's say, how to solve a problem. Whatever you like. You talk to your partner, come up. Can the titles be a model? Talk to your partner, think of a model of how to engage the brain and come up with a solution. The problem, after the question we must find an answer, right? So the goal can be how to find the answer. Yes? If you think of Einstein. Okay? Actually, Einstein, there's a book on Einstein. It says he made 2,200 guesses. And then he checked everything systematically and came up with 20 things new.
In his whole life. And that was written 20,000.
Okay, let's do that again. So here we have
Observation.
observation.
The first step is going to be the observation.
Yeah.
Next step is going to be the question.
Yeah.
Then the setup of the goal.
Yeah.
We have to plan it, link it, and the final stage is the feedback.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying is the goal after the question, you need an answer, isn't it? You need to guess the answer and then think of where I can
Get the answer from.
check my answer, how
Check
I can
my
check
answer.
my answer. It can be an experiment, it can be whatever. And then finally I find an answer. Okay? And I get feedback by trying it out. Right? Okay. Good. All right. Anybody want to share their model with the rest of the class? All right. So we have some offers. Model.
Sir, here I want to put the link between question and goal. Because whenever I ask a question, what should I do, then I should link it with the previous or any reference. Then I can set a goal there. I can do it. Then according to it, I can plan and then implement it. Here I have add another implement.
Good. So you put your model here in steps and then we'll share it with everybody. Okay. Over there.
Sir, if I want to do something, at first I have to see it, what I want to do. Then I have to believe in myself that whether I can do it and then act on it. Act on this point, we have to observe it and we have to question ourselves and then plans to reach goals and then to assess the feedbacks.
Okay. Good. Who wants to share their?
So we think that first observations should come, then the questions, and based on the questions, and again observation based on the questions, then based on those observations I can set my goals and then plan for the steps for my goals, and then link those plans, individual plans, in one giant plan, and then implement them and collect the feedback. And also from the feedback, I can again observe and ask questions.
Good. All right. So I need a brave volunteer. Okay. What's your name?
Ashik.
Ashik. So Ashik is a brave volunteer. Ashik, please share with us your model. Marker.
First, I think we should observe. From this, we can start asking questions. And from this, we should set our goals. And from here, we can start planning. And then from here, we can link the different plans and implement them. And from the results, we can take feedback. And again, back to observation.
Very good. So it's a cycle.
Yes.
Why do we need a cycle?
Because depending on the feedback and our plans and implementation, they might have some errors or some better outcomes.
We need to constantly improve.
Yes.
All right. So Ashik has proposed a model. So shall we give him a Nobel Prize, or do you want to improve on the model? No, but give him a clap. All right. Now, look at each one and make your suggestions. What's your suggestion?
Sir, I want to
You want to go up there?
show my model.
No. You modify this model. You add your model.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I think
Thank you.
an idea comes from a different way. Not only observation. It comes from creative thinking, observation, existing problem. Most importantly, existing problem and questioning.
Okay, so you're saying that why you observe, when you observe, you come up with a problem.
Okay, existing problem, then questioning, observation, and creative thinking.
Yes, but we need to define creative thinking. What about this one? Questions. When we pose a question, what do we need to do? Okay, understand the question. What do we need to do? Yes, but what comes after the question? Answer. We look for an answer.
Okay.
Okay, we look for a solution. Very good. So this answer, how do we get the answer? Because do we know the answer? If we don't know the answer, what do we need to do? Guess the answer. Okay, we need to guess the answer. Very good.
Collect relevant information and analyze those for getting the answer.
Yeah. So we guess the answer. Then what? Then we need to check. How do we get confirmation? Pardon? What could plan mean? Can we try out our answer? Try makes and?
Link.
What about link? Yeah, through this discussion, sharing. Yes, absolutely. Very good. Yes. So the results, we get feedback, whether it is right or wrong, and then we repeat the cycle.
Correcting the process and get
Yeah.
generate another idea.
Okay.
If it is not suited with the process or
Good.
with the system.
All right. So let us thank both of them. Good. So do we want to take a little break? Yeah? Okay. Anyone wish to review the model before we proceed? What is this model, or what are we trying to do? What were we trying to do here? Yeah, designing for what? What is the main word? What are we trying to do here? Engage. Very good. So we are trying to create a model to engage. Okay, engage what? The brain. Whose brain? Our own brain? Okay, good. Eventually, whose brain? The student's brain. Right? Because our job is to design learning so that the student brain is engaged. Right? So, this model is a proposal by everybody, but it's by no means final. We can keep on improving, adding, whatever we like. But we have to make it our own model so that we take ownership and we use it in every class. All right? So, how can we apply this model? If we want to practice this, how would we apply this model? Shall we design a class using the model? Right? Okay. Very good. So what type of class do we want to design? I need topics. Interactive class, but topic of class. Now we are all from different subjects.
Paragraph writing.
Paragraph writing. Okay. But that's from English, is it? Yeah. Paragraph writing. Okay. But we are all from different departments like English, law, computer science, software engineering, business. So if we took a particular topic that would isolate people, I want something general that would involve everybody. Pardon?
Sir, ethics.
Bangladesh studies.
Ethics, sir.
Ethics. Art of living. Okay. Something more artistic than art of living. How about making a cup of tea? How many make tea? Everybody makes tea. Very good. But can we teach our students to make a cup of tea? Yes? Yes. Okay. So can we have this as a topic? Another one. I need total of 5 topics. How many are we today?
Don't by saying that 1, 2,
Okay. Carry on.
you say 4.
Huh.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6,
7, 8.
40, 44.
45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52.
Okay. So somebody guessed 50. Very close. 52. So if we divide 52 into 6 groups, how many people per group? No, 9 persons per group. We want to divide into 6 groups. Huh? Okay. So I need 5 more topics. Making a cup of tea. Any other ideas? Something general about life that everybody can do. Planning? Family. What about a family? Hobby? CV writing? Okay. How to make a CV? More. What about how to make a presentation? Yeah? Presentation. What more? 3 more topics. Pardon? Assignment writing. How to do an assignment. How to write a term paper? Okay. Anything else? Pardon?
How to be a good teacher?
Okay, if you want. Interview, very good. Facing an interview. Okay, we have 6. So are we agreed on these topics? How to make a cup of tea, how to write a CV, how to prepare a presentation, how to prepare a term paper, how to be a good teacher. Is it a good and a bad teacher? How to be a teacher. Okay. And how to face an interview. You all needed this when you faced an interview. Okay, but what do we want to do with these topics? Okay, but what is the objective? That by the end of the class, 1 class or 2 classes, whatever it is, by the end of the class, the students should be confident. They should be able to make a cup of tea by themselves. They should be able to write a CV by themselves. They should be able to make a presentation by themselves. They should be able to write a term paper by themselves, and to be a good teacher, difficult anyway. And they should be confidently able to prepare and face an interview. Okay? So how shall we break up into groups? So how shall we do this randomly? Okay, let's quickly take one card. Just pick one. Quickly. Okay. চালাকি করতেছে আবার সেম হয়ে গেছে ঠিক না So let me order this. Who are 1? Can all the ones stand up? Oh, over there, together again. All right. So can the ones sit over here? Can all the ones come over here? Bring your chairs and sit in front. 2. All right. Can the 2s come over and sit here if you want? Bring chairs on this side. So 3. Yeah. 3. All right. 3 can sit over here. Sit over here. Bring chairs on to this side. Sit over here. So 3 is CV. 4. All right. So 4, you sit over here. All right. 4 sit over here. 5. 4 is, oh, where is 4? 4. Of how to constantly improve, because it's about improvement. All right? Yes. So do you know what to do?
Yes.
First talk to each other.
Okay.
Clarify your ideas.
Yes.
And then put it on the poster.
Sir,
Okay.
should we have to follow that model to amplify?
You discuss.
Okay.
You discuss the merits of following that model.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
And if you decide, then use that model to prepare the plan.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, carry on.
Okay. So, আমাদের কয়টা পয়েন্ট 6 points, but the question is, should we follow the same points or should we
One or 2 classes
Yes. One, yeah.
with our objective that after that the student will learn to how to make a cup of tea.
Yes.
Ability.
Right. Yes. Okay.
So we are planning a model.
Yeah.
Then,
No.
then
This model is up to you. You first discuss this model. If you feel it is appropriate, then you can apply this model for designing the lesson. All right? But whatever you do, the objective is by the end, the student should have the skill of being able to make the cup of tea. Not perfect, but at least they can try and keep on improving. Okay? All right. Okay. Do you know what you're doing? What are you doing?
Writing term paper. No.
You're writing term papers?
No, about term paper.
Okay. So by the end of the session or sessions, the student should be able to tackle how to write a term paper and write it. Plan it, execute it. Okay? And do you want to use this model that we discussed this morning?
You want to modify
Cycle
it?
model.
Can we use
Yeah, the model on the left.
Can we use our own model or?
If you want to improve, yeah, if you want to improve on the model, but first discuss the model and then, okay? So do you know what you're doing? Yes. Somebody hold the mic? Yeah. Do you know what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
Our topic is facing an interview.
Uh-huh.
So, how a student will face an interview before the interviewer.
Okay. And do you want to use any model to prepare this?
We'll discuss and come up with points actually.
Model. Okay. Yeah. So you can discuss that model. If you feel it is appropriate, then or you can improve it and apply it. Yeah. But whatever you do, by the end of the class, the student should be able to face an interview.
Yes.
Motamoti confident.
Yeah.
That's the objective. That's what you have to achieve. Okay? Okay. Okay, do you know what you're doing? Hold the mic. Do you know what you're doing?
How to write this?
How to write a CV?
How to write a CV. Okay. So, what are you going to present to the rest of the class? No. Okay. Good.
How
Good.
can we go forward? At the same time, sir, did something like that, we'll teach the student how to write a CV, or is it for ourselves?
The student.
For the student.
Yeah. So by the end of your class, the student should be able to write his own or her own CV. Huh. So that's the objective. And do you wish to use any model to do this, design this?
Sir, we will make a model. Engaging model.
Okay. But if you start with a question, that this is the topic, what interests you on this topic?
Yeah, this is basically a question.
Yes, but what interests you regarding this topic? Okay, it can be any topic, but what is your interest or what interests you regarding this topic? And if we wrote a term paper, what would we want to express? What ideas would we want to convey? And how will you prove those ideas that you have? Okay? Because a term paper is essentially your personal reflection on the topic. It's not a copy-paste from various places. It's your reflection of what you think about that topic.
To catch their attention, to get their attention,
Yeah.
make them
But how would you give them confidence that they attempt the term paper? Because most students, they copy from the net and just submit it.
at the end of
how they can make different kinds of types of tea, and they will within these two class there is a gap, time gap, and they will submit their requirements of their ingredients, that what they need. They will submit through Google Classroom, and we will manage them.
It's not possible.
We need to show them.
Can we show them?
Oh, I see.
Try like by holding their hands and then
Will that work? You want to show your baby practically how to walk? এভাবে হাঁটতে হয়।
I will let my baby to the nature, and naturally she will learn how to walk and how to fall by experience, actually. But
By experience.
Trial and error method. It's the
Exactly.
similar
That is the word.
trial and error.
So for this plan, how will you do it? Because if you explain everything, felt how to do a presentation, if they don't feel, if they don't know, and you just explain to them, will they be able to do it? Explaining does not work. You have to bring it out of them. It does not mean to inject. But as teachers, we stand in front of class. আমি সব শিখাই দিই। কি কি জানতে চাও? আমি সব বলে দিলাম। স্টুডেন্টরা কি করে? ঘুমায়। Why do they sleep?
They don't feel the class attractive.
No, they can't take it in. এটাতে ইনজেকশন করা যায় না। You can't inject it. One way to do it could be to get them to ask questions. Then if you supply an answer, the question has come from inside them. That question, the answer, attach the answer to that question. Because your answer has to be stored in their brain. But where? Against the question. If they have no question, the answers that you gave will be floating in air. কোথায় রাখবে? নাকি ওর মাথায় একটা জায়গা আছে, টিচার যা যা বলবে ওটা আমি ওখানে রেখে দেবো, এরকম কোনো জায়গা নেই। হ্যাঁ, আর একটু সোজা করে, সোজা হয়েছে। তো কেমন লাগলো এটা করতে? Were you engaged?
অনেক এনগেজ হতেছি, সবার মধ্যে ডিফারেন্ট ডিফারেন্ট আইডিয়া, তো আমরা সবাই সেম ইয়েতে ছিলাম, বেশি ডিফারেন্ট আইডিয়া আসছে।
Very good. Next, 3 more to go. একটু পাশে, সোজা করে। Were you all engaged?
Yeah.
Do you feel engaged? We're done? Come, bring it. প্রত্যেকটা আলাদা, হ্যাঁ, ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালি, পুরোটা ফুল করে। হ্যাঁ, পুরো ফ্রেম করে। Okay, one more to go. So let's welcome the first group.
First of all, we will declare the objective of the class to the students, that by the end of the class they will able to know what is the qualities of a good teacher, and they will be able to differentiate between a good teacher or a bad teacher. Then we will engage the students by questioning them. First question will be that, what does a teacher mean to you? We will ask several students to answer the question, and then we'll ask them that what should be the qualities of a good teacher. Then we will form several groups. Each groups will design some qualities, and we will give them papers to answer that. After that, they will do the group work, and then we will collect the answers from them, and we will make an analysis or discussion that what they have said earlier. If the answers satisfy that, or all the good qualities come from them, then we will make a feedback and give tell them to demonstrate a class. Please come here and take a 10 minutes class. If I do not get all the qualities, then we will again tell them that to the group work again. And with engaging themselves, we will bring out all the qualities from them. And that's the design of our class. Thank you.
Okay. Group, questions?
I think the teaching process is a continuous process. So at the end, when you will find that they will they'll role play, and you will find the feedback and make the corrections. Then again, it will be a recycling, is not it?
Cyclic process.
Yeah, cycling process. Okay.
So what is the main idea here? That you will make the student feel that it is a journey of constant improvement, that you can't become a good teacher overnight.
Yeah.
You have to take feedback, find out from your students how they're learning, and constantly improve.
So why do you need your students to demonstrate it? I mean, what's the use of demonstration when they are students? They do not know. Already they do not know how to be a teacher and what's the role of a teacher. Then how can we ask them to demonstrate it?
After finishing the group work, we will discuss all the answers, and by that time they will be able to know the qualities of a good teacher. And at that time, a practical demonstration is needed to see or to visualize what it should be practically, because without practical practice, you cannot know what it actually is.
Her question is why you want the students to play a role as teachers, because the goal is how to become a good teacher. The students once will be teachers, so it's needed for them to role play of a teacher. That's why I think it's necessary.
Anybody else want to answer this question? Why should they stand up and practice their teaching?
Well, thank you. That's a very good question. Sometimes you may think that you can ride a bicycle. You can think it in your brain. But if you don't demonstrate it, or if you can practice it in real life, then you won't be able to ride a bicycle. So you can think many things in your brain, but you have to visualize it, or you have to demonstrate it, or you have to practice it to see what really that thing is. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Anybody else?
Thank you. I want to add to answer her. That is, a student should also feel that what a teacher is facing. Student also feel that what is going on the teacher's mind. Sometimes the student feel that this teacher is know everything about this course, and there are some limitations. Teachers are also human beings, and there are some pros and cons. So if a student plays the role of a teacher, then he also understands that this is a difficult job, and we should respect the job. And we should give him a chance that one class he may do not perform well, but next class he may perform better than this.
Okay,
Thank you.
good. Theory and practice. There's a huge gap, huge difference. For example, like you said, riding a bicycle, you can have a lot of theory, but until and unless you actually sit on the bike and actually fall down, you will never learn. So there is a linking process between the theory and the practical. And even to be a teacher, there's so many things to learn. For example, if I can demonstrate, can you hold this?
Yeah, sure.
If I stand up like this in class, but I've memorized everything I want to say, but I stand like this, what will happen?
Student will not react with me.
Why not? Why won't students react?
Because there is no connection between.
Okay.
I am not able to connect or engage them in the course.
Okay, but where does the disconnect happen? The gesture. This means I am closed. This is called body language. And do you know what this body language means? It means I don't really want to be here. I just, আমার wife পাঠাইছে যে একটু আয়াটায় করে আসো, so আমি জোর করে এখানে আসছি।
And that is also I am very much superior than the students.
Also.
And I am not friendly with them. That's why they are not able to connect with me on
Yes.
something learned from me.
Right. So there's so many things to learn. See? 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's thank the group. Thank you. Next.
So, well, Good afternoon. So our topic is facing an interview, which is really needed for the student. Of course, first of all, we'll talk about objective and goals. So our objective is to make them understand that these are the ways, necessary things to face an interview. After our class, they will understand that. So this is the diagram that we have come up over here, and it starts with questions. So questions is a very alarming thing. So it's questions, but these questions, we try to mean that, I mean, when I enter into the classroom before the students, I have a plan that today I will teach interview, how to face an interview. So unknowingly, I will start to ask questions, sort of like, do you think that formal dress is needed to face an interview? These sort of questions I'll ask. So they will give me the answers, of course. Everybody has got some experience, practical or learned. And then we'll get the answers. And these are the reciprocal things. So they will give me the answers, I'll ask them questions. I'll maybe a correction will come. I'll give them the answers again. They will give me the answers again. So this process will go on, right? So, and then this would be a very interactive thing. Very interactive. It has to be, must. But after that, after maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes, this area is very sensitive because I have to add something and deduct something based on their answers and based on my experience and my plan before the classroom, what I have in my mind. So addition, I can say that, can you add these things? How did it sound if I add these things? And at the same time, how did it seem if I deduct these things? I mean, your answer, if I correct it or modify it in this way. So not actually, okay, this one is excluded, this one is in, not that sort of way. Like that, how do you feel actually? So if I add something, or these are the ways, these are not the ways, based on your answers. So everything needs to be, as I have already said, that very interactive, because I am actually really playing the role of a facilitator and at the same time interviewer too. So in the whole class, somehow I will play the role of sometimes passive and sometimes active interviewer. That has to be in my mind before coming to the classroom. And then after this, and their observation, every time I will observe actually. This is the role of the teacher, so we'll observe. And then demonstrations means that I can take a video in my pen drive. I can show them a demo interview, that these are the ways to face interview. These are the do's and don'ts of an interview, and a practical example. And at the same time, if I don't have any slide, or I can be the role model for them. I can pick up any student, and he or she would be my interviewee, and I would be the interviewer, and I can get idea from that, or I can give them idea that this is the practical example what you can do. And then the role play. So role play means, as I have already said, so students can do, one student can interview another students in the classroom, as they have seen my demonstration or the slide. So now one is to, I can make a pair, sir. So these are the pairs. So you interview yourself, and I will look around that what they are really doing. And I can share my ideas, okay, here are the things, don't you think that these are these things, and change these things, modify these things. And then the feedback from both sides. I mean, from the student side and from my side, the feedback will go on what are the pitfalls or what are the wrongs that have gone, what are the things that could be improved based on these things. So it's my learning process too, but of course I would be the key presenter over there, that's for sure, because I have to take the charge. I'm the facilitator, I'm the teacher, but I have to be a facilitator in a way that so that they make them understand that, okay, this could be the real thing. So I have to be very polite, and at the same time I need to know what I need to do in the classrooms. So then actually I can ask questions now, different questions. What have you learned today? What are the things that we did today? Is it beneficial for you? So would it be possible on your part to face a real interview, a practical life? So that's time. And actually now we have reached our objectives and goals a bit, but not full. We can take this interview at the end of the semester too, so that they have learned it or not. But this loop will continue. Maybe other teacher will come in the classroom. They will teach presentation and interview again, because this is a process that will continue. And in the university, learners always go through this process. They have to face interview continuously. But last thing, but not the least, there is a way that casual and formal presentation. That's, of course, will make it clear when to face a casual interview and when to face a formal interview. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions, comments, observations, objections, reservations? That's a good question. Pin drop silence. Do you know when you get pin drop silence?
Two things.
Yeah.
One thing is that I have done miserably bad, or I have done very well.
Yes. Either they've understood everything,
Or
they've understood nothing. All right. Let me, like you said, that at the end you will ask them.
If not any question, then feedback about.
Feedback. Yeah. So let me start the feedback. What you said, that at the end, asking this question, what have you learned today? Is that important? Why?
Actually, through this way, we can know what actually a student is learned.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now this is called reflection. Reflecting on your own thinking, on your own learning. So, another term for this is metacognition. Whatever you have learned, you think about what you're learning, why you're learning, what is the purpose of me learning. So that makes you a better learner when you think about your own learning. So it's a very important point that you pointed out. Thank you. Any other things? And this cycle that you see, why has the group given a cyclic representation of this process? Why is it cyclic? What is continuous?
Because the quality of facing interview will improve day by day, and by
when does it improve?
After some experience it will
Right,
improve.
you keep on trying again and again, and with every trial you think about what you're doing, and when you think about what you're doing, you keep on improving.
And when you think about your mistakes,
Yeah.
then you will improve.
When you think about your mistakes, very good. Thank you. Any comments, etc.? All right, let's thank the group. Good.